What's up guys? My name is Brendan and today I want to talk about how tricking athletes can use the tool that is the trampoline. First, I'm going to talk about how trampoline relates to tricking. Next, I'm going to talk about the 3 uses that I personally use trampoline for. And finally, some things you should avoid if you're a tricking athlete trying to train on trampoline. With that said, let's get started. First, I want to talk about how trampoline relates to tricking. I usually say that tricking athletes should use the trampoline as a tool to improve their progression. Now, it's not the same. When you train on trampoline, you're mostly rebounding using the springs attached to the bed of the trampoline itself. They are right here. These nice big springs pull out and then snap back into place to lift you into the air. When you're on the spring floor, you have to use your muscles and a lot of the quick action of the little springs. Here, I'll go show you how a spring floor works. Beneath every spring floor, there is a series of springs like these that press up and down as athletes jump on it. You rebound using the springs and also tensing your muscles like your calves, your quads, and your glutes to push you up into the air. Let me show you how the bouncing compares with a spring floor spring and with a trampoline spring. Next, I want to talk about the 3 things that I use trampoline for. And the first is as a tool for developing my kinesthetic awareness. Your kinesthetic awareness is your ability to sense where you are in 3D space. It's your ability to know what position your body is in relation to the ground beneath you. If you have really good kinesthetic awareness, it will really improve your control while you're tricking. That way you know where your body is the entire time. So that way you can catch a trick if you're falling or open up early if you're overshooting. Either way, if you have a good kinesthetic awareness, it will be a huge benefit to your tricking. And trampoline is a great place to train that. Just by training simple bed skills and basic tricks on the trampoline, you can build the kinesthetic awareness you need to know where you are when you're tricking. Second, I'll use trampoline as a tool to aid in my recovery. If I'm sick or injured, I can use the trampoline as a low-impact exercise method. For example, if I have a tiny joint injury, or if I have a cold and I'm a little under the weather, the trampoline is a great place for me to train. Because tricking is an extremely physically demanding sport, whenever you train, you put your body at slight risk. And if I'm sick or slightly injured, I want to mitigate that risk as much as possible by training something low impact, like simple tricks on the trampoline. Third, I'll use trampoline as a tool for training high-risk skills. For example, the double back is an extremely high-risk skill when performed on the spring floor. If you do a double back on trampoline, a lot of that risk is mitigated, especially since if you over-rotate, you just land with your back on the trampoline, rather than on spring floor when you would get a concussion or seriously injure yourself. So the trampoline is a great tool for that, training high-risk skills so that way you can then later adapt them to floor. That's how I really got my triple full. I would rep it out a ton on trampoline and then move it to the floor. Next, I want to tell you guys two things that you should really keep in mind if you're a tricking athlete training on the trampoline. The first is if you're training swing skills like cheat gainer or cork, the swing timing is going to be dramatically different on the trampoline than the spring floor. So the timing of the swing will be a lot slower in relation to the time that it takes to bounce on the trampoline. The second thing is, even though you mitigate a lot of risk by training on trampoline, you can still get very, very injured. So when you are training on trampoline, train with caution. Don't go too crazy, but have fun. The trampoline is really fun, but do not take it too far and get hurt. Honestly, the hardest part about training on trampoline is often finding the trampoline itself. Here I'm training at Alternate Routes in White Marsh, Maryland. We have the super tramp in the back and the half tramp in the front. There's also a tramp wall set up. Trampoline is, like I said, really fun, but often it's hard to get access to amazing high quality tramps like these. So if you have the opportunity and the option, I would completely recommend it. But keep in mind, you can still get great results just training on a garden tramp in your backyard.